If you're touring 55 plus homes in Rancho Mission Viejo and you already crossed two-story plans off your list, you're about to make a mistake. Gavilan Ridge built one that changes the math. This is the Elara Plan 2. Let's go tour. Here's why you crossed them off, and it was not an unreasonable call. Stairs are a decision you make once and live with for as long as you own the home. Stairs to your bed, stairs to the laundry, stairs to a bathroom in the middle of the night. Every one of those is a problem you inherit later, even if it's not a problem today. And you are paying for a second floor you assume you will stop using. So the standard advice is simple: single level or nothing. In most communities, that advice is correct because most two-story plans put something you need on the second floor. The primary suite, the laundry, the only full bathroom that is not a powder. That is the assumption this plan breaks, and it breaks it structurally, not with a feature. So the question is not whether this home has stairs. It does. The question is what is at the top of them. And I know I'm Dave Archuletta with the Archuletta team. I've helped over 600 households buy and sell here in Rancho Mission Viejo. First floor primary suites and a 55 plus plan are common. A complete second guest floor above one is not. That gets decided at the planning stage, and no amount of money fixes it after the fact. You either have it or you don't. This one does. Let's check it out. The entry is a corridor, and that is a design decision, not a leftover. Large format tile runs the full length. One wall carries a horizontal reveal detail, the other is left open as gallery space. And for about 15 feet, the home tells you nothing. No sightline into the kitchen, no sightline into the great room. Then it releases, and the first thing that registers is not the home at all, it's the hillside. That is why a corridor entry is worth the square footage. You hold the view back, and when it arrives all at once. And here's what that corridor was holding back. The great room opens on a wall of glass, and the view past it is open hillside. Not a green belt, actual ridgeline running the width of the opening. The yard sits behind a view fence rather than a block wall, which is what decides whether a lot like this feels open or feels enclosed. Inside, one uninterrupted footprint handles living, dining, and kitchen with the dining table between the other two so it connects rather than divides. The fireplace runs full height and tile with a linear firebox and the television built into the same wall. One focal point, one competition. The standard in Rancho Mission Viejo is a great room that opens to a yard. It is not a great room that opens to a view. That is a lot decision, and it is the one thing here nobody can add later. Real quick, here are the numbers on this home. This is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath in the newest village of Gavilan Ridge in Rancho Mission Viejo. The home is 2,692 square feet across 2 levels. The owner's suite and a second bedroom are both on the ground floor. Upstairs, there's a 3rd bedroom and 3rd bath and a bonus room. This is a Plan 2 in the neighborhood of Elara. Gavilan Ridge is the age-qualified 55 plus village at Rancho Mission Viejo. The HOA is $336 a month, and the Mello-Roos is about $14,663 a year. The kitchen is where this plan stops looking standard. The kitchen runs an L with the island parallel to the living space, and the cabinetry is the tell. Stained wood, crown at the top, glass front uppers stacked above the standard run. Most Rancho Mission Viejo kitchens give you a single row and dead space above it. This one runs to the ceiling. The island carries the sink, the dishwasher, and seating for 3. Gas cooktop under a stainless hood, double wall ovens beside it, refrigerator flush with a cabinet run instead of bumping past it. Then the slider. The kitchen opens to its own side courtyard, so the cook is a step from an outdoor table without crossing the living room. On a plan where the primary patio sits off the great room, a second outdoor connection here is uncommon. The dining space sits between the kitchen and the living area rather than off to the side, and it takes a full 6-seat table without crowding either one. That position is the whole point. On a plan this open, the dining table is either the connector or the obstacle, and here is on the path between where food gets made and where people sit down. It also sits alongside the slider to the backyard. Open that up during a meal and you're eating with the hillside in front of you and the breeze coming through. That is the South Orange County dinner about 9 months out of the year, and it is not something a plan can add later. The living area anchors on a full height fireplace wall, and this is where the model spent its money. Glazed copper tile floor to ceiling, a linear firebox set low, and the television recessed into the same wall so it reads as one piece instead of a fireplace with a screen bolted above it. The seating faces the wall with a slider alongside it, which is a decision that matters. You are not choosing between the fireplace and the view. The room is wide enough for both. Windows on either side of the fireplace keep it from going dark with the television on. Around the corner is the laundry, which is a full room off the great room, not a closet behind bifold doors. Side-by-side machines, upper cabinets, a utility sink with counter space, and a window which laundry rooms almost never get. And it is on the entry level, which is the point. Off the laundry is the half bath, pedestal sink, frame mirror, brushed nickel fixtures, and an accent wall behind the toilet. The placement is what matters. It sits on the shared side of the home, so guests never walk past your bedroom door to use a bathroom. Down the hall is the second bedroom, queen bed, full dresser, nightstands on both sides, and room to walk around it. Carpet, a large window, and a walk-in closet which separates this from a room that only works as an office. And it's on the first floor. Most 55+ buyers want a second bedroom near them for the week someone stays. Here you have that without going upstairs, and the entire second floor is still in reserve. The window faces a property wall rather than the hillside. The view here belongs to the great room, but this room is positioned for privacy. The closet is a true walk-in with hanging on 2 walls and shelf above. It is a rare thing to find on a secondary bedroom at this size. Very easy to customize and get even more space. The bathroom next to it is a single vanity with a stone top and drawer storage and a tub shower combination, which is worth pointing out because a lot of the 55+ plans have gone shower only across the board. If you want a tub in a secondary Gavilan bedroom, this is where it is. At the furthest end of the floor plan is the primary. King bed, nightstands on both sides, a seating chair in the corner, and a dresser wall with room left over. Carpet and windows on 2 walls, which is what keeps a front-facing bedroom from feeling closed in. Distance is the feature here. This room sits as far from the great room as the plan allows, which means the television, the kitchen, and anyone visiting are all on the other side of the home. On an open plan, separation is the only thing that makes a primary suite feel private, and you cannot add it later. The owner's bath keeps the tub and shower separate, soaking tub under a window, and a walk-in shower alongside it in full height veined slab with frameless glass. The vanity runs the opposite wall, and the walk-in closet opens off the bath rather than the bedroom, so the sequence runs bedroom to bath to closet in one line. Let's head upstairs to the loft. Real quick, if you like what you see, I do these Rancho Mission Viejo home tours 2 to 3 times a week. So hit the subscribe button for more Rancho Mission Viejo homes. And this is what is at the top of the stairs. The bonus room runs nearly the full width of the home and is not a landing with a chair in it. Sectional seating, a television wall, a game table, and a shuffleboard table with room to play around it. Windows on 3 sides, pulling hillside views, and the reveal wall carried up from the main level so the finish does not drop when you come upstairs. This is the second living room, and I like to call it a bonus because you have the great room, living, dining, kitchen, 2 bedrooms, laundry, all downstairs. This floor holds nothing required, so it costs you nothing empty, and it changes the home when someone visits. That is the trade, and it is why crossing off 2-story plans in this village would have cost you the best version of what you were looking for. The third bedroom sits off the loft, accent wall, windows on 2 sides, pulling the same hillside views, and a wide closet with hanging on both sides. The bathroom is across the hall rather than attached, and that is the better arrangement. An ensuite serves 1 room. This one serves the bedroom and the loft, so someone can spend the afternoon up here without coming downstairs. Full bath, tub shower combination, single vanity. That is what makes the second floor a complete zone instead of a spare bedroom. Let's head back downstairs. Real quick, if you want the address, the full details, or want to see this home in person, comment private tour below and I'll personally reach out, or call or text me at 949-550-2307. Back downstairs, the plan saves the best part for last. The covered patio runs the width of the kitchen, and it is deep enough to hold a full 6-seat table without the chairs backing into the slider. Structural columns rather than a lattice cover, so it's shade you get in August and a dry seat in February. Past it is a putting green, a curved seat wall, and a built-in barbecue with storage and counter space on both sides. And this is the best part to understand about Gavilan Ridge lots. That concrete band running the length of the yard is the divider. Everything on the house side is yours to do what you want with. Everything past it on the slope side is planted by the association and it stays that way. You maintain it, but you do not get to change it, and neither does anyone else. So the slope you are looking at is the slope you keep, which on a view lot is exactly the point. That is the whole Gavilan Ridge trade in one view: a defined yard, a controlled open space beyond it, and a ridge line that nobody can build in front of. Now the part that separates a 55 plus village in Rancho Mission Viejo from a 55 plus community anywhere else. The club at Gavilan Ridge belongs to the residents here and nobody else. Lap pool and spa, fitness center with a studio, bocce, a ballroom, a bar, and a multi-purpose room off a courtyard with a sunset terrace and fire pits under heritage oaks. Then the second layer. Your key opens the rest of the amenities in Rancho Mission Viejo, which is the thing most 55 plus buyers do not realize they are getting. You get the Perch, Ranch Cove, the Hilltop Club, every pool, gym, and clubhouse across Rancho Mission Viejo, 60 plus miles of trails, the pickleball courts at Legado, 2 amenity packages, 1 HOA. Buyers assume Rancho Mission Viejo means you drive far for everything. You actually don't. 6 minutes north sits Los Patrones Business Park, which has Frisbee Brewers, 7 Hills Pizzeria, Zuri Pet Spa, Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. 6 minutes the other way is Sendero Marketplace, Gelson's, In-N-Out Burger, Starbucks, and the office of the Archuletta team. 10 minutes covers your week out here, and that is not normal for South Orange County. So let's do the math. Go back to the loft for a second. The sectional, the game table, the windows on 3 sides. Ask yourself what that room is worth to you. Then ask, what would it cost you? On a single level plan, it costs you the floor plan. A room like that has to sit somewhere on the ground level, which means it either eats your yard or it pushes your bedroom closer to your kitchen. That is why single story plans this size do not have it. There's nowhere left to put it. Here it costs you nothing because it sits above the part of the house you already needed. No bedroom you sleep in, no bathroom you use, no laundry you carry. It is the one room in this home you could close the door on for a month and never notice. And it is the room that makes a week of house guests easy instead of awkward. That is the math. You are not adding stairs to your life. You're adding a room your daily routine never has to visit. If this could be your next home in Rancho Mission Viejo, or you're looking for a similar home, comment private tour below and I'll personally reach out, or call or text me at 949-550-2307. If you're thinking about selling your home in Rancho Mission Viejo, an online estimate is not a strategy. The first 2 weeks on market decides your final sale price. Tap the link below to set up a home selling game plan strategy meeting with me. I'm Dave Archuletta with the Archuletta team, #1 realtor and team in Rancho Mission Viejo. Subscribe for weekly Rancho Mission Viejo home tours and monthly R&V market updates. See you around the neighborhood.